421. The positions of materials and non-materials and the spheres of their activities are called space. Space can be positive or negative. Non-materials exist in negative space, materials exist in positive space. Positive space is determined by the existence and distribution of materials, and negative space is determined by the existence and distribution of non-materials. 422. Space can change an object's shape and its rules of operation. Space includes natural spaces and thinking spaces. In different spaces, operation rules and the existence of life and objects are different. Changes of space can cause changes of one's physical functions, thinking, and the survival state. One must change space if they want to change themselves. 423. Nature gives us corresponding feedback to whatever information we enter. There are no coincidences in the universe, all phenomena must have their determining factors. All natural phenomena have causes which lead to inevitable results. This is the program, an objective law which is not subject to the will of man. 424. Space can be compressed, expanded, and dissolved. 425. The passageways connecting the 36-dimensional spaces are called space tunnels. 426. Spaces are vitally important to people. A good space can bring people's capabilities into full play and make them feel relaxed and happy, while a bad space will oppress human nature and limit their talents, reducing them to mentally and physically fatigued prisoners. Therefore, we should strive to create or enter good spaces and avoid creating or entering bad ones. 427. Time is the recorder of the state of material movement. Time is born of movement. There would be no time without movement. 428. Time has 8 great characteristics. 1. Time is non-material. 2. Time can be negative or positive. 3. Time is particular and universal. 4. Time is a variable. 5. Time pervades all material spaces. 6. Time is both longitudinal and latitudinal. 7. Time has different interpretations in different spaces. 8. Time can be compressed, expanded, and dissolved. 429. Time tunnels are dense time networks which are composed of positive and negative time, and are widely distributed throughout the universe. 430. Time changes everything and everything exists within a specific time. To make an object exist eternally, you must make its time of existence eternal. 431. There is latitudinal time and space in the universe, but time does not exist in latitudinal time and space. In latitudinal time and space, one cannot feel the passage of time, but insofar as Earth time is concerned, several seconds of latitudinal time and space can be several decades, centuries, or millennia. 432. Our physical bodies are in positive space, but our spiritual entities are in negative space. 433. To escape from the bondage of time and space, one must think whimsically, unconventionally, and act against norms. 434. Tao is the commonality of the universe, and the core of Tao is the greatest creator. Revering the greatest creator and following Tao is the perfect and harmonious integration of one's individuality with their universal commonality. Only those who integrate their individuality perfectly and harmoniously with the commonality of the universe have sober minds and bright prospects. Those who abandon this general principle and direction cannot secure bright prospects no matter how intensely they engage in self-cultivation. 435. Non-material is the reverse side of material, and it does not possess the characteristics of material. All materials pass through the processes of birth, growth, decay, and death, but non-material does not. Everything in the non-material world can miraculously transform in an instant. From the perspective of the ever-existing universe, everything is transient, illusory, and valueless. To obtain eternal existence, one must break away from the control of time, and to do this, one must work hard to perfect the spiritual entity of life, When all conditions are ripe, success will follow. Once you manage to break through the limitation of time, you will be able to enter latitudinal time and space as you like, feel relaxed and happy, and be overwhelmed by unparalleled beauty. 436. It is impossible to understand the non-material world by means of science, intellect, facts, and logical reasoning. The only way to know it is to let one's consciousness enter the non-material world and be there to observe it, just as we enter our dreams. It is only by entering into the non-material world in person that we can understand it. There are two types of non-material worlds. One is to be perceived from a longitudinal time tunnel, and the other is to be perceived from a latitudinal space tunnel. This is to say that to learn about your past or future, you must enter a time tunnel. To know about other non-material worlds existing at this moment, you must enter a space tunnel. 437. If we do not see anything in the material world, then our physical eyes have failed. They are covered, closed, or have become blind. If we do not see anything in the non-material world, then our spiritual eyes have failed. They are covered, closed, or have become blind. 438. The sum of positive and negative energy in the universe is always zero. The total score of wins and losses is always zero, and behind the glory of every winner hides the bitterness and misery of a loser. Therefore, for the sake of other people's happiness, we should only take what is necessary for us instead of having an insatiable greed for all benefits. 439. The universe has these 8 dialectics. 1. Form is emptiness, emptiness is form. 2. When things are exhausted, they revive, when they end, they begin again. 3. The hidden becomes clear, and the smallest becomes big. 4. Life and death are the root of each other, yin flourishes and yang declines. 5. To have nothing is to have everything, and to have everything is to have nothing. 6. Nature emerges when the mind is silent, it subsides when the mind is active. 7. Motion and stillness coexist, brightness and darkness are interdependent. 8. Positive and negative are symmetrical, development is constrained when the balance of any proportion is broken.